Hi, I'm Nick. This is Baked Bread Instead, and today we're going to share a recipe that is an awesome take on Tuscany's famous Panzanella salad. If you've got leftover stale bread and you need something to do with it, you could consider this recipe as a way to bring it back to life. To start with, we're going to chop up whatever we've got left, stick it in a roasting tin, and give it a good glug of olive oil. Make sure you give enough olive oil to cover the bread thoroughly. You can add more as it bakes, but we want to make sure that there's a good coating there to begin with so that it toasts rather than burns. Once it's in the oven, get chopping up some beetroots. These aren't traditional, but they add an awesome earthy flavour to the dish. And they make a good substitute for onions, which can be overpowering and not to everyone's taste. We're going to cut them up into 1 centimetre thick slices. Stick them in a roasting tin, cover them with olive oil and salt, and let them bake alongside our bread. Once they're in there, we're going to chop up our fresh tomatoes. These are large, meaty tomatoes, and they don't have the sweetness that a cherry tomato might offer, but they do have a nice texture and they stay firm. Adding salt at this stage will let the juices pool out of the tomato and add some moisture to the bread. And that's it. We just need to start combining our flavours together. So take your bread from the oven. Once it's been in for 20 minutes, it should be toasty and crispy. We're going to use balsamic twice in this recipe. We're going to add a vinegar now that will soften the bread and a glaze later on that will be a nice finishing touch. Mix to combine, and you're done. Time to build the dish. So, start with the bread and tomatoes. You know, a couple spoonfuls is enough for a portion. This doesn't look very much yet, but once we pile on the rest, it's going to really add up. These beets are almost caramelized by this point, so they're sweet and they're firm and they have a slight crispy texture. They've got a really earthy taste, and we're going to offset that with the tangy flavour of feta cheese. So take a good bit and just crumble it. Any combination of cheese and tomato would not be complete without basil. We've got some delicious fresh leaves, we're just going to shred them on top. Give them a lug of olive oil. And here's that balsamic glaze I was talking about earlier. Rather than being tart, this is quite sweet and tangy. And it shares a lot of the flavour profile, so it complements the vinegar we've already added. But it doesn't compete. And that's it. Delicious panzanella. Enjoy. I'll see you next time.